I guess it stopped recording for so long. What? Yeah, I know. I'll get that next. Martin Luther King Jr. Casket stone. Here's his wife's. She died in 2006 and he died in 1968. Is that the actual wagon he died in? It's the wagon he was placed in. Get a picture of it. Did you get a picture of it?
Yeah, I got a picture.
Must have been the cross they used for his funeral. Let me see what's in here.
Montgomery is the story of 16,000 people who have triumphed against justice and equality, who are willing to substitute choice for triumph.
Is that a cup of coffee? That's a very old cup of coffee.
Martin Luther King was 26. I was 24 years of age.
Hold on.
December 5th was a very memorable day for me. In the morning, I was really eager to find out whether people would stay off the buses. As the first bus came by, there were one black person on it. That night, for the first time, African Americans in Montgomery really met Martin Luther King Jr. And he was able to move the people. And we all realized that
Martin Luther King
we
Sr.
made the correct choice who we selected.
He's Martin Luther King Jr., so that's Martin Luther King Sr.
He was born in Montgomery, right?
No, he was born here.
Here?
Yes. His birth home is here.
It had all types of retaliation, a great deal of violence.
I'm going to put this on her page so she can watch it. Let's see what's around here. 1955 receives doctorate theology from Boston University. Becomes minister of Montgomery's Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. Elected leader of the bus boycott on its first day. Harassed by police and arrested with others for conspiracy in the bus boycott. His home is bombed. Excuse me. Helps to found a regional strategy group, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Appears on the cover of Time magazine. President Eisenhower chooses to go to jail rather than pay the fine for trumped-up loitering charge. Publishes stride toward freedom, the Montgomery story. Goes to India to study Gandhi's techniques of nonviolence resistance. Decides to move back to Atlanta, assume leadership of the SCLC, help make the organization a national force.
They put that on Facebook.
Yeah, so she can see it. 1960, arrested with 50 others at an Atlanta department store sit-in, makes plans with activists Rustin to boycott both the Democrat and Republican national conventions.
You done?
1961, targets Albany, Georgia for mass protest and is arrested there with more than 700 others. 1962, spends time in jail in Albany, Georgia, meets with President Kennedy. Writes letters from Birmingham jail while in solitary confinement. Proclaims, "I have a dream," from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Named Man of the Year 1964 by Time Magazine. Attends President Johnson's signing of the Public Accommodations Bill at the White House. Becomes the youngest person ever to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Targets Selma, Alabama for an aggressive voting rights campaign and calls for economic boycott of the state. Moves to Chicago. Attacked with bricks and bottles by violent Chicago whites. Refuses to sign statement condemning the concept of black power.
Wait a minute.
April 3rd, 1968, delivers his last speech, "I've been to the mountaintop," and is assassinated the next day. He was assassinated on Mama's birthday, April 4th.
5th.
Oh, whoa, sorry, wrong day.
Are those signs up there? Yes.
You got Trey?
And then everyone's shaking his hands. Here is his home.
It's to jail. Damn.
That shit.
Refused to negotiate his force to confront the issue.
Put in police dogs on young children.
I'm taking pictures for you, okay?
All right.
A sense of righteous
Take the
indignation
pictures and I'll record.
among hundreds of thousands and millions of Americans and people around the world. People couldn't stand what they saw in Birmingham.
Our church was bombed 3 times. All of a sudden, you just felt everything shaking. And all you could see was just bricks falling and everybody screaming.
Picture that.
But the hardest
Hold
bombing
on.
to take was that of 16th Street Baptist Church. A friend of mine, Denise McNair, was killed in that bombing. We then realized how much hatred there was.
The March on Washington, August 28, 1963, represented in my estimation one of the finest hours in America. To look out and see the audience, to see the crowd, it was a scene of humanity. It was a miracle. It was was a sense that something had to be done.
I want to try to get as much as I can. I don't want to miss anything.